place. My friends, let me begin with a truth so simple and yet so often ignored. No dream has ever been achieved without action. The world is filled with men and women who have great ideas, burning desires, place, and dazzling visions. But I tell you, ideas alone are useless unless they are transformed into deeds. You may possess all the knowledge, all the talent, and all the ambition, place, but if you do not force yourself to take action, you will remain where you are, a prisoner of hesitation, chained by your own inaction. My friend, place, allow me to remind you of a truth so powerful that it can reshape the entire course of your destiny. Nothing in life happens until you take action. Action is the bridge between the invisible and the visible, place, between the world of thought and the world of results. You may possess the greatest ideas ever conceived by the human mind, place. You may hold within your imagination dreams so magnificent that they could change your life and the lives of millions. Yet if those dreams remain locked within the realm of thought, place, they are as lifeless as a seed that is never planted in the soil. The universe does not reward intention, it rewards execution. It does not respond to wishes, it responds to work. Every achievement, every empire, place, every fortune ever built began with one decisive act of courage. Think of the inventors, the leaders, the visionaries who changed the world. None of them had all the answers when they began, place. None of them waited for the perfect time, for the perfect plan, or for certainty. They simply took the first step, place, and that first step, no matter how small, opened doors that could not be seen from the starting line. When you act, you ignite a chain reaction of opportunity. But when you hesitate, place, the fire of possibility slowly dies out. Action feeds the flame of progress, inaction suffocates it. Now listen closely, the most dangerous place you can live is inside your own head. Their ideas multiply, place, but without movement they turn to dust. The greatest dreams have perished not because they were impossible, but because someone delayed action until the moment of opportunity had passed, place. I have seen men with genius-level intelligence remain in poverty because they refused to take the first imperfect step, place. And I have seen ordinary individuals rise to extraordinary heights simply because they acted when others doubted. The difference is not talent, it is not education, it is the decision to move. Ask yourself, place, how many times have you waited for the right time? How often have you said, one day I'll begin? That one day is a thief. It steals your life one hesitation at a time. Place, the clock does not pause for fear. The world does not stop for your uncertainty. The moment you act, even imperfectly, place, you place yourself among the few who make things happen instead of those who watch things happen. Every step you take towards your goal sends a powerful signal to your subconscious mind and to the universe itself. Place, I am ready, I am moving, I am serious about my dream. Action transforms you. It builds confidence, sharpens your instincts, and strengthens your belief in your own power. Place, you learn more in 1 week of execution than in a year of speculation. The act of doing reveals the path, the act of waiting hides it. Each step forward, no matter how uncertain, place, lights up the next portion of your journey. You cannot think your way into success. You must act your way into it. Every result in life is the echo of a decision you once made, place, followed by the courage to follow through. The mind is a magnificent servant, but a poor master. It will always seek comfort, safety, and familiarity. But growth lives beyond comfort. Success lives beyond fear. Place, you must train yourself to act not when you feel ready, but when you feel resistance. Because that resistance is the signal that you are standing on the edge of growth. Push past it. Place, act when doubt whispers wait. Move when fear says later. For it is in that very moment of decision that destinies are rewritten. Remember this, place. The distance between your dream and its realization is measured in action. Each step you take builds the bridge between who you are and who you are meant to become. So, place, when the voice of hesitation rises within you, silence it with movement. When uncertainty clouds your vision, take a step anyway. The bridge to success does not appear until you start walking across it. Place, action is not merely the key, it is the door itself. And only those who dare to cross it ever reach the other side of greatness. There will never come a day when everything feels perfectly aligned for your dream. Place, the conditions you are waiting for, the right timing, the right resources, the right feeling of confidence, are illusions created by fear to keep you still. Place, the greatest tragedy of human potential is the endless waiting for perfection. My friend, you must understand that success does not begin when circumstances are ideal. It begins the moment you decide to move. Place, even when uncertainty surrounds you. You must begin before you are ready, for readiness is not a state of preparation. It is a state of courage. Those who wait to be ready will wait forever. Place, while those who dare to begin discover their readiness along the way. The path to greatness does not reveal itself to the hesitant. It opens only to the bold. You see, place, the greatest achievers in history were not those who possessed all the answers, but those who possessed the will to start. Thomas Edison did not wait for certainty when he began his 1,000 experiments. Place. The Wright brothers did not wait for permission to challenge gravity. They acted on faith, faith in their vision, faith in their purpose, faith in themselves. And that faith was strengthened not before they began, place, but because they began. The act of beginning creates momentum, and momentum builds mastery. The first step, however small, unlocks doors that cannot be seen from the starting line. Waiting, on the other hand, place, builds nothing but doubt. Every moment you delay, your belief weakens. Every day you hesitate, your dream drifts further away. There is power in imperfect beginnings. Place. Too many people make the mistake of believing that they must have the perfect plan, the perfect knowledge, or the perfect opportunity before they start. Yet the truth is this, place, the plan becomes clear only after you begin. You learn the path by walking it. You discover your strength by using it. You uncover your purpose by pursuing it. The soil of progress is watered by action, place, not by contemplation. Each small step teaches you more than months of hesitation ever could. Begin now, even if you stumble, for the lessons of experience are worth more than the safety of inaction. Place. Failure is not the enemy, it is the instructor. Every attempt, every setback, every effort refines you into the person capable of achieving your dream. The mind left unchallenged, place, will always find reasons to delay. It whispers, "You're not ready yet," and too often we listen. But I tell you, this readiness is a myth created by fear to keep you ordinary. If you wait for confidence, place, you will never gain it. Confidence is built through courage, and courage is demonstrated through action. Every time you act before you feel prepared, you strengthen the muscle of bravery. Place. You send a message to your subconscious mind that you are capable, that you can handle uncertainty, and that you are willing to step into discomfort for the sake of your destiny. That single act changes everything. Place. It shifts your identity from a dreamer into a doer. It transforms hesitation into momentum and fear into focus. Look around you. Every person who achieved something extraordinary began before they were ready. Place. The entrepreneur who started with borrowed money, the artist who painted with limited tools, the speaker who stood on a stage trembling with doubt. They did not wait for perfect timing. Place. They created it through action. And the moment they began, life began to rearrange itself around their decision. The universe does not respond to wishful thinking, it responds to decisive movement. Once you commit, unseen forces rise to meet you. People, opportunities, and resources appear as if summoned by your courage. The first step is the spark that ignites the entire journey. So, place. If you find yourself standing on the edge of your dream, staring into the unknown, wondering if you are ready, know this: you are. Readiness is not something you find, it is something you build. Place. And the only way to build it is to begin. The fear you feel is proof that your dream is big enough to matter. The uncertainty you face is evidence that growth awaits you. Step forward in spite of it. Place. Begin while your hands shake. Begin while your heart races. Begin while your mind whispers doubt. Because once you take that first courageous step, the path unfolds, your strength awakens, place, and life bends in favor of your boldness. Those who wait for the right moment never find it, but those who begin before they're ready create it. Desire is the spark that ignites the dream, place, but discipline is the force that keeps the fire burning long after the initial excitement fades. Anyone can feel inspired for a day, anyone can dream when the vision is clear, place, but only the disciplined few continue when the feeling is gone. It is not desire that separates the successful from the unsuccessful, it is discipline, place. The man or woman who has trained their mind to act regardless of mood, to persist regardless of emotion, to continue when comfort calls for retreat, this person becomes unstoppable. For desire is fleeting, place. It flickers like a candle in the wind. But discipline, once forged, burns like an eternal flame. It does not depend on the weather of your emotions or the approval of the world. It is built from within, place, by willpower, consistency, and the daily decision to do what must be done even when you do not feel like doing it. The truth that most avoid is this, place. Success is not built in moments of motivation, but in hours of repetition. It is shaped not by how much you want something, but by how willing you are to work for it, even when no one is watching, place. There will be mornings when you wake without energy, when your dreams feel distant, when your mind screams for rest. That is the moment discipline must take command, place. The person who obeys only their feelings is destined for mediocrity. Because feelings are unreliable, they rise and fall like tides. But discipline stands firm like the shore itself, unshaken by the waves, place. Discipline is the silent power that moves mountains, the invisible hand that carves destiny from stone. It asks for no applause, seeks no praise, and waits for no perfect condition. It simply acts. Place. Ask yourself this: how many times have you promised yourself a new beginning, only to stop when enthusiasm faded? How many goals have died because you waited to feel ready? Again, place. You must understand that discipline is not about feeling, it is about commitment. The disciplined person does not rely on bursts of passion. They build systems, habits, place, and standards that demand excellence regardless of emotion. While others complain about lack of motivation, the disciplined individual moves forward quietly, persistently, and purposefully. They know that greatness is not achieved in a single moment of inspiration, but through thousands of small, deliberate acts of consistency. The ordinary man prays for motivation. The extraordinary man creates progress through discipline. Discipline is self-respect in action. It is the highest form of self-love because it demands that you honor your future self more than your present comfort. It is saying, I will do today what is difficult, so that tomorrow I may live what others only dream about. Each act of discipline builds character. Each moment of resistance conquered strengthens your will. When you choose discipline over desire, you gain power over your own life. You no longer depend on circumstance or luck. You become the master of your destiny. Discipline is the foundation of freedom, for it gives you control over yourself, and the man who controls himself controls his world. In this life, you will face countless temptations to quit, to rest, to delay. The mind will whisper, take it easy, You've done enough. That is the voice of mediocrity, seductive yet destructive. When that voice appears, you must answer it with action. You must remind yourself that every step forward, no matter how small, is a victory over weakness. Every act of discipline is a declaration that you refuse to be ruled by laziness or fear. And when discipline becomes a habit, success becomes inevitable. The world bends to those who are consistent, for consistency compounds. Effort applied daily multiplies results beyond imagination. So when the desire fades, when the excitement disappears, when fatigue whispers its excuses, stand firm, act anyway, work anyway, move forward anyway, because the dream that once inspired you still waits, and it will only come to life through the relentless force of your discipline. Motivation begins the journey, but discipline finishes it. Those who depend on desire will always stop short, but those who rely on discipline will cross the finish line every time. Discipline is not punishment, it is power. It is the proof that you are stronger than your excuses, greater than your fears, and worthy of the success you seek. When desire burns out, discipline carries the torch, and that torch lights the path to greatness. Fear is the silent thief of destiny. It disguises itself as logic, as caution, as patience, whispering that you should wait for a better time, a safer moment, a clearer path. But beneath its mask lies the same cold truth. It wants to keep you exactly where you are. Fear is temporary, yet regret is forever. Every time you surrender to fear, you choose the pain of what if over the possibility of what could be. The world is filled with people haunted by the opportunities they never took, by the dreams they never pursued, by the words they never spoke. And the tragedy is that most of what they feared never even happened. Fear exists mostly in imagination, while regret is carved into reality. You must decide which pain you are willing to live with, the sharp sting of courage or the slow poison of regret. The great secret is this: courage is not the absence of fear, it is the decision to move forward despite it. No one is fearless. The difference between the ordinary and the extraordinary lies in what they do with fear. Some freeze, some flee, but the few who succeed use fear as fuel. They feel it fully, but they act anyway. They know that on the other side of fear lies freedom, power, and growth. You cannot eliminate fear, but you can master it by confronting it. The moment you step toward what frightens you, the illusion of fear begins to dissolve. Like a shadow, it vanishes when you walk into the light of action. Every act of courage shrinks fear's control over you, and each time you refuse to yield, you reclaim a piece of your strength. Consider this truth: fear loses its grip the moment you face it head on. The human spirit was never designed for retreat. You are meant to advance, to expand, to conquer the barriers within your own mind. When you avoid fear, it grows stronger. When you challenge it, it weakens. The mind will create endless reasons why you should wait, reasons that sound wise, even responsible. But reason without courage becomes a prison. You must learn to hear the voice of fear and move anyway. Action, not avoidance, is the cure for fear. The more you act, the braver you become, and the braver you become, the smaller your fears appear. The habit of courage builds an unbreakable confidence, one that cannot be shaken by circumstance or opinion. Fear will visit you at every stage of your journey. It will appear when you dream big, when you risk failure, when you step into the unknown. It will try to convince you that safety equals peace, but safety is often just another word for stagnation. Growth and comfort cannot coexist. The very things you fear most, failure, rejection, change, are often the gateways to your greatest breakthroughs. The person who never risks never rises. To live fully, you must walk through the doorway of discomfort. It will not be easy, but it will be worth it. For each time you defy fear, your self-belief deepens. You begin to realize that the limits you once accepted were never real. They were self-imposed walls built by doubt and destroyed by action. The truth is, place, the pain of fear lasts only for a moment, but the pain of regret can last for a lifetime. One burns quickly and strengthens you, the other lingers quietly and destroys you from within. Place. When you look back years from now, it will not be the things you did that trouble you. It will be the things you did not do, the chances you did not take, the words you left unspoken. Place. Life rewards those who step forward, not those who stand still. Every great story of triumph begins with someone who faced fear and refused to let it win. So when your heart races, when doubt creeps in, place, when fear tells you to turn back, remind yourself that fear is temporary. Feel it, acknowledge it, but do not obey it. Step forward even if your legs shake. Speak even if your voice trembles. Act, place, even if uncertainty surrounds you. Because once you move, fear begins to fade, and in its place rises a force far greater, courage, and courage, once awakened, changes everything. Place. Those who conquer fear do not live perfect lives, but they live without the burden of regret. They live fully, fiercely, freely. And that, my friend, is the only way to truly live. Place. Momentum is the unseen force that transforms ordinary effort into extraordinary achievement. Once you begin to move consistently toward your goal, something powerful begins to happen. You become unstoppable. Place. Momentum is not built in a single burst of enthusiasm. It is created through steady, deliberate, and disciplined action. One small step leads to another, and before you realize it, progress gathers speed. Place. The secret to success is not to do everything at once, but to do something every single day. The smallest consistent effort, repeated over time, can outmatch even the grandest intention never acted upon. Place. Momentum is your greatest ally, for it multiplies your results and magnifies your strength. It turns discipline into habit, habit into confidence, and confidence into power. Once you have built it, place, momentum carries you forward even when motivation fades. The most dangerous part of any journey is the beginning. It is when doubt is loudest and results are invisible. This is where most people give up, place, because they mistake stillness for failure. But what they do not realize is that momentum is being formed in the unseen. Like a wheel that resists the first push, your dreams demand initial force. It feels heavy, place, it feels slow, and every inch requires effort. But if you keep pushing, if you refuse to stop, the resistance weakens, the wheel begins to roll, and once it rolls, each push becomes easier than the last. Place. That is the power of momentum. It rewards persistence and punishes hesitation. It builds strength with every repetition. It turns effort into flow. When you stop, however, momentum dies. Place. And restarting is always harder than continuing. That is why consistency is more valuable than intensity. You do not need to make giant leaps, you only need to keep moving forward. Every small action compounds, place, like drops of water carving stone. The man who moves slowly but never stops will always outdistance the man who sprints and quits. Progress loves persistence. Life responds to the one who keeps showing up. Place. When you stay in motion, opportunities begin to find you, ideas begin to flow, and energy begins to multiply. The very act of doing creates more reasons to continue doing. Place. That is how ordinary effort becomes extraordinary power. Momentum also strengthens belief. Each time you act, you gather proof that your dream is possible. Each small victory whispers, place. I can do this, until belief becomes unshakable. Confidence is not born in thought. It is born in action. You cannot think your way into belief. You must earn it through consistent progress. Place. The first step builds faith, the next step builds certainty, and soon motion becomes your natural state. You no longer wait for motivation to begin, you begin and motivation follows. Place. The energy of movement fuels itself. This is why action is always the cure for stagnation. When you feel stuck, move. When you feel afraid, move. When you feel lost, move. Because movement creates clarity. Place. The greatest achievers understand this law of momentum deeply. They know that once they begin, the universe meets them halfway. Place. They do not wait for conditions to be perfect. They create progress through consistent effort. Every day they feed their momentum with small, meaningful actions. Place. They understand that success is not one grand act of brilliance, but 1,000 small steps taken with unwavering focus. They trust that each effort, however small, carries them closer to mastery. Place. The key is not to stop even when the results seem distant. For every step you take, no matter how insignificant it feels, is a seed planted in the soil of success. In time, place, those seeds bloom into results so magnificent they seem inevitable. Momentum is proof that persistence is more powerful than perfection. It rewards those who endure, those who push through boredom. Place. Those who rise when others rest. There will be days when the progress feels invisible, when the journey feels endless, but keep moving, because unseen forces are gathering behind you. Place. Every ounce of effort compounds into an avalanche of progress, and one day you will look back and realize that what once required struggle now flows effortlessly. The key was never talent, place, never lotion. Keep building, keep pushing, keep moving. For momentum once earned will carry you further than you ever imagined. When you stay in motion long enough, place, success becomes not a question of if, but when. The universe has a strange and magnificent way of responding to those who dare to act boldly. When you move with faith, when you commit with conviction, place, when you pursue your purpose with unwavering determination, invisible forces begin to align in your favor. The timid wait for proof before they act, the bold act and create the proof. Life rewards courage, place, not caution. Every great achievement begins with a decision, one that defies fear, doubt, and uncertainty. The moment you declare to the world, "I will," the universe echoes back, "Then you shall." It is as though unseen hands begin to guide your path, orchestrating events, introducing opportunities, and opening doors that were once invisible. Boldness has a magnetic quality, place, it attracts support, confidence, and results. Those who hesitate watch from the sidelines, while those who act boldly shape their destiny. Think of every great figure in history, those who changed nations, place, created empires, and redefined what was possible. None of them began with guarantees. They began with faith and followed it with fearless action. They trusted an inner voice that said, "Place, move," even when the road was dark. The universe responds to that energy because boldness signals belief. When you act boldly, you tell life that you are ready to receive its abundance. Place. You stop waiting for permission and start creating your own path. Most people spend their lives asking the world to confirm their worth before they move. Place, the successful few move first, and the world adjusts to them. The moment you take that courageous leap, resources appear, mentors emerge, and opportunities multiply. It is as if the universe whispers, "Finally, place, here is one who means it." Boldness is not recklessness, it is faith in motion. It is the decision to trust your instincts even when logic argues otherwise. You cannot tiptoe your way to greatness. Place, the road to success demands full commitment, total engagement, and the willingness to risk failure in pursuit of purpose. The cautious soul says, "What if I fail?" The bold soul answers, "Place, what if I fly?" The difference between those two questions defines their futures. The truth is, failure is rarely fatal, but hesitation always is. You can recover from mistakes, place, but you cannot recover from the opportunities you never took. The universe is not impressed by indecision. It rewards those who decide and act. When you move boldly, your energy changes, place. You begin to think differently, speak differently, and carry yourself with a confidence that others can feel. People are drawn to that energy. They want to follow it, support it, and be part of it, place. That is how leaders are born, not by waiting for direction, but by moving first. The world gravitates toward those who move with certainty. Even when you are unsure, act as though success is inevitable. Place, that attitude bends reality in your favor. For every time you move forward in faith, you build momentum, and momentum creates miracles. Place, the act of boldness sets a chain reaction in motion that no force of doubt can stop. There will be times when boldness will feel lonely. You will take steps others are afraid to take. You will be misunderstood, place, questioned, even criticized. But remember this, the crowd rarely walks the path of greatness. The path of boldness is walked by visionaries, dreamers, place, and builders, those who see beyond the present into what could be. When you act boldly, you become a signal of possibility to others. You show them that courage is contagious. One bold act can inspire dozens more, place. That is how revolutions begin, how ideas spread, how ordinary people become extraordinary leaders. The universe loves action because action is proof of belief. It does not reward hesitation, place, because hesitation is the language of doubt. When you decide and act, you align yourself with the flow of creation itself. Life begins to cooperate with you because you are no longer resisting it, place. You are no longer waiting for signs, you are becoming one. Every step taken in boldness tells the universe that you are serious about your purpose, and in return, place. Life begins to respond with opportunities that once seemed impossible. The road may not always be easy, but it will always be worth it. Boldness awakens destiny, and destiny favors those who refuse to shrink, place. The timid hope for miracles, the bold create them. Every time you choose courage over comfort, every time you act with faith instead of fear, you tap into the same universal power that built empires, place, lifted nations, and shaped history. Move boldly and watch how the universe moves with you.